So, we said about this in last week's video, so we did. And frankly, I'll be completely honest, Garbu, I think you can attest to this. I think the problem with modern tabletop in general, and like just nerd hobbies as a whole, you'd argue this is just general nerd hobbies. This isn't lead to tabletop war games. This is everything, or maybe just society as a whole. There's too many bitch boys. You know, what would you say, Garbu?
They're like as basically said here, they're literally allergic to the touching anything that involves like moving around outside, or like I know it's kind of the meme that everyone who's in the geek shit are like, you know, basically homebodies made of fucking Pillsbury dough and Twinkies, but like there's more truth to it than there is falsehoods now. Yeah. I mean, even like you look at like the rainbow crowd aren't any fucking better. You got people who like live off of soy cheese and fucking Beyond Meat and don't do anything and stay in their house and abhor the sun or stay on Reddit for way too long. Like there aren't really any like like me and you, we make sure to go out and do something. Like I'm going out doing like horse fencing or going to the gym when I can.
Have you put up Garbu in the past month? I want to know.
Bro, I am so fucking sick of fencing.
All I see, the only time I see Garbu tweeting is shouting at people online about wheelchairs, doing fences, and there's more. Oh, and then just posting about, yeah, I'm doing a Twitch stream tonight, guys. You want to check it out? And that's about it. That's the only time I see Garbu tweeting.
That's my life.
Oh my god.
Yelling at people about wheelchairs, fixing fences, or live streaming.
So, the PC expert, he was actually on a while back. He was talking about his Native American book, and he posted this the other day about the whole, you know, this, like, last week's video. I don't even want to talk about it anymore because it involves wizards. So, like, look, you guys just go ahead and watch last week's video. But a lot of problems in the hobby could be solved if the majority of the guys in the tabletop RPG sphere were not seemingly allergic to barbells. And yeah, I
go out and touch grass.
1000% agree with this. Now, don't get me wrong. It's very easy for people to be like, yo, bro, just like go to the gym. Just like go to the gym, man. What are you talking about? Just like go to the gym. It's not that simple. You know, let's be serious. Like putting this, I have got a very lax schedule compared to most people, and for me, 2 times a week is more than enough. You know what I mean? But my argument would be, even if you went for half an hour a week is a million times better than nothing at all. Like the improvement from just half an hour to nothing is night and day. You know, would you
even just going for a walk would be night and day for some of these people? Like go out and go, like basically, because when it comes out for distance, walking and running, there's no difference. The only difference is time spent making the distance. The science, I do a hard air quote, science says that, you know, walking and running burn the same calories, but one burns calories faster. That's the main difference.
I just bought myself a walking pad, so I did, because you don't even want to know what my steps are. Like my steps are appalling. I'm not even joking.
1,300? No, 13.
Well, you're not far off. It does start with a 3. So my average, let me just check it here. My average for last month, and I only started measuring them, so I did halfway through last month. So let me just get it up here. So last month, my average a day is 3,750 steps, which ain't good, guys. Ain't good. Like that's appalling. Like that's like that.
That's not great.
That is appalling. But to be fair, like I live across the road from a shop. I work from home. Everything that I do is more or less from home. The most I do is literally get an Aussie in and out of school and, like, you know, go into the park with him or whatever. Like, you know, there's never like anything insane. So I think a walking pad will do me one world of good.
The thing is, it'll creep up on you. It really will. It'll creep up on you, and you won't even know that you like. There are guys right now who can't go outside and like run, like jog. They can't jog. They have no cardio. They can't even jog for an hour.
I was talking to people about what I was doing at the gym. They're like, "Geez, why are you doing cardio? You know that kills you." It's like, you have no idea how little walking I do.
Kills your gains.
You're telling me that doing cardio is a bad idea. It's like, trust me. If you work.
Don't you know cardio's really a really bad idea? Well, yeah, you're fucking.
I'm gonna put it out here right now. If you work at a desk, it's not too bad. See, if you have like a job where you're on your feet, you're okay with cardio. I can guarantee you that. Honestly, you'll have no issue. Like if you're someone who's always like, you know, if you're like a chef or a waiter, or like say you work in a factory, you've got no problem with your cardio. I don't think you need to do cardio, frankly, for most people that have jobs like that, because you're going to be walking more than enough in those sort of jobs. If you work at a desk, for instance,
plus
do fucking cardio, man. Trust me.
Well, yeah, of course.
What are you going for?
But one thing is like cardio is like you can do lifting cardio. You can have a workout where you're not running, but you're still doing cardio.
Do a lot of stuff.
Cardio is just getting your fucking heart moving. That's like the most important thing, because he's getting that fucking heart pumping and moving around. Because cardiovascular health goes hand in hand with not dying at the age of 45, because you do nothing but play D&D and type on Reddit all fucking day long.
I'm going to put it out here right now, but how many grognards do you know that have a healthy BMI? I do think BMI is mostly for women, if I be honest with you. I don't think BMI is a great metric for men at all, because, let's be serious, men should just have more muscle. I'm sorry, like, you just should. Like, you really should.
It's your job to have more muscle.
Right, was I talking to you about this? Was this last week's video? I can't remember now. Where it was, let's be, like, what's gayer? Appreciate men with muscles, or being like, ew, that's toxic masculinity. Do you know what I mean?
And we all know the answer here. we all know the answer. But like but even if like the usual gamer went out and at least like, because you can buy like that's my desk. Well, while I'm proofreading, I have barbells I fucking hammer curl while I'm sitting here.
Barbells in your
like,
Megan would fucking kill me. Like, see if I got a power rack, and like, I'm telling you, like, I would knock you down. Well, like I've got
clang, clang. God damn it, James!
I don't think I can get a power rack.
Babe, I'm lifting.
I don't think I could get a trap bar or anything. You know,
he's here muffled way from the fucking top of your floor.
Jesus.
New PR.
So what I want to do is, what I want to talk about is, this video, I don't want to make this video for people that already know what they're doing. This is to try and help someone who is maybe a wee bit out of shape, maybe severely out of shape, and just small things that you could do, or small things you could try that will greatly impact you, greatly help you. Even if you just dedicate half an hour a day to doing these few things, within 1 year, you will see a massive difference in yourself. Like, a massive difference. I've went on the most extreme end of the spectrum, and I'm currently down 40 pounds since the start of September, and it is now, I'm actually exactly now, so, because I started on the 2nd September, time we're recording this is the 3rd of December, so 40 pounds in that time period is kind of insane. A lot of people were trying to tell me, James, you know what you're doing is completely unsustainable. Sustainability is completely up to the human being individual, right? What is sustainable to me may not be sustainable to other people, but I've done a lot of, like, I go up and down in weight all the time. Like, I've went up and down in weight, so, like, my entire life, essentially, right? And see, any time where I'm, like, trying to, like, do any dieting and shit, and I'm only losing, like, 2 pounds a week, I just get fed up with it after a while, and I just say, fuck this, I'm fucking starving, I want food, give me my food. You know, where if you go more extreme, you get to see numbers go really fucking fast, and that can be very addictive, especially to me anyway. To a lot of people, some people couldn't do this for even a week, what I'm doing, and some people could do it their entire lives. It's finding out what works for you. Like, you know, there's so many guys on YouTube that are like, no, the only way you can do X, Y, and Z is if you follow my exact 12-step plan, and this is how you do things, and that it's like, what works for me probably doesn't work for Garbo. Like, the fundamentals may be the same, like, we're still like human beings, but even what you enjoy, like, what exercises do you enjoy, Garbo? Like, what do you look forward to doing in the gym? And I think that's the most important thing. You need to pick things that you want to do, and, you know, because it's all about sustainability. So what's sustainable for my life might not be sustainable to you.
A lot of folks get too caught up in the fact of they think they gotta do these complicated workouts when you don't really have to. A simple gym will have nearly everything you need. Like, even if you have a bunch of rope and a weight you can tie to it, you can get a good workout and just pulling that rope across your yard. And like, because they studied the physiques of sailors, right, during the age of sail, and they go, okay, what the fuck were they doing? Just pulling a lot of fucking ropes.
Yeah, have you ever pulled a loop? It's fucking hard. Like,
yeah, like a lot of guys back then, a lot of sailors who were like, I'm fucking ripped. Beefcake, you know, those guys, they were just pulling on heavy ass fucking ropes, and you gotta realize that it's all about compound movements. I live by compound. I don't do isolation. I live by compound movements, pulling on things, pushing things. It's like when it's why I love rowing because you're using your arm and your back and you're pulling something ahead of you. Get that full like back stretch, grab whatever it is you're going to grab, and then pull it all the way back to where your fist nearly touches your shoulder. That full movement works out like what 30 fucking muscle groups.
I've been thinking, so for my cardio, I was doing the cycling for a while, but I've moved to walking on an incline treadmill, so I might go for the,
Oh yeah, fucking calf explosions.
I'm feeling like I might go back to rowing because I used to do the rowing and I really enjoyed it. But again, like I
love rowing, dude.
It is probably the best form of cardio. Also, by the way, while we're on the subject of cardio, it doesn't matter what cardio you're doing; it just matters that you're doing it. Does that make sense? It's completely
make your heart make your heart go thump real fast. That's cardio stage.
Just pick what you enjoy doing the most. I feel like most people like doing cycling quite a bit because you can just sit there and dick about your phone and all you got to do is just keep moving your legs and that's it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's, especially if you're going for like any serious amount of time, if you're doing it for like say an hour cycling, bring your phone, throw on like whatever your favorite show is, watch a bit of Neckbeardia, you know what I mean? Catch up on whatever you want to do, catch up on Garbro.
Binge Neckbeardia. Well, actually, that's a good point. The fact that you can still do stuff while exercising, like nowadays, everyone in the gym has earbuds in, listening to podcasts and shit while they're working out because they're able, or audiobooks, really. Like they're able to go in and listen to it, and they're able to go in and listen to a thing and still ingest some kind of media they love while working out. And if you're on a bike, there's literally a tray in front of you that you can connect your phone to, and you can watch fucking move. Like, let's say you know what, I on a bike for an hour today. Well, you put on an hour-long podcast or movie or I don't know, Turkey Tom or some bullshit. You literally just watch that for the hour while you're on your bike, and you're literally exercising, getting those fucking blood clots out of your legs.
That's what I think about it as well. Like, you know, what I've been doing as well. So I'm really big into the audiobooks at the minute. What I do is I just keep certain books where I'm not allowed to listen to this unless I'm doing cardio or unless I'm in the gym or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And then therefore it keeps adds an extra level of the looking forward.
Just Pavlov yourself.
But it helps in that idea of, oh, I'm really looking forward to, I can't wait for this next part of the book. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's it's building mind-muscle connections with a lot of this sort of stuff. And I think that's one of the hardest things for a lot of people. This is also, while we're on the subject of this, personally, I do have a fair amount of, well, I don't have that much. I've got, like, you know, some resistance bands, which they're alright. You know, they're a wee bit unusual, and a few dumbbells. I need to get a bench, so I do. And then I've got the walking pad ordered in. For me, this is just add-on stuff. Now, the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of home gyms, which I'm sure a lot of people, I can see the appeal of home gyms. The reason why I'm not the biggest fan of home gyms is everyone that I know that has really good home gyms never actually uses them because the mentality is, well, it's there, you know, I can use this whenever, but you don't. Whereas if you can only go to the gym to do these exercises, it helps in, I have to go there. And it gets you in.
Well, there is an issue of self-motivation that a lot of people lack. A lot of people they lack the self-drive to go and work out. Say they buy an entire massive gym at home, you know, that's them lacking, you know, fucking self-regulation to use that gym. Say, hey, I need to go at this time, this day during the week and do a workout. Because if I had a fucking gym in my house, I'd be fucking, like, the walls would be covered in cum, dude. Like, because I can go wherever I want and do the workouts I want to do without worrying about, do I have the equipment to hit this particular muscle I'm trying to find.
I mean,
and it's why I like it. That's why I like in my front yard is a rope tied to a 45-pound dumbbell covered in fucking anchors and shit, and I have these barbells next to my because at least you can stand up and you start doing hammer curls or cross body curls or tricep extensions. Like sitting in your chair right now, listener, you can literally do like 7-6 like tons of arm workouts. You know, you can literally, like, say you got a desk, you can literally get out of your chair, stand up, bend over onto your desk, grab it, and row your fucking barbell and work your back out. Like, just in your desk alone.
what do you call it, Looksmaxxed bedtime routine, where you just do silly volume like every night before bed. And honestly, see stuff like that. Like, so for me personally, I have had it in my mind to go back to the gym for about 1.5 years, but it was always to do with time, because I struggle with time. I always feel like there's not enough hours in the day to get all my work done that I want to get done, you know?
Yeah,
there's just not enough hours. And so what I thought was, right, Aussie starts pre-play in September. I'm going to go then, because if I don't go then, I'm never going to. And it gives me so I leave him off into school, and then I just go straight to the gym, and then by the time I'm finished the gym, I go pick him up, and there you go, job done. And I know that if I don't go to the gym exactly then I'm not going to have the time, so therefore I have to go. Does that make any sense? So I'm putting myself into more of there's more catches, if that makes sense. So like, you know, I'm making sure that this is my time where I go, and I can't really afford to go at any other time, therefore I have to go then. And also because I'm adding in the audiobooks, I have to go then. This is a lot of this sort of stuff, and again, this is only to start you off. I feel like once you start seeing actual like gains, and you actually start seeing like massive improvement in yourself,
baby gains,
it's fucking it's nice though, you know what I mean? Like, let's be serious, it does feel nice.
Well, it's visual feedback.
It is, and it's like, you know, it's hard to beat, you know. Like, honestly, like, so I've put myself in to get my T levels checked. I'm not even joking, right? So I was looking up online. So see, weeks whenever I don't go, I only go. There's been a few weeks where I've only been able to go to the gym once, right? And then weeks I've lost 5 pounds. All right, and the weeks that I do go to the gym, I'm only losing 2 pounds a week. So I'm like, right.
Well,
so what the?
That's due to like the bunch of biomechanical bullshit that goes on, because you will lose weight while you're resting. But also depends on what you're eating as well.
Like I'm topping out 1,500 calories a day. Like, I'm on African diet. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. A lot of people just couldn't hack this. But like, the way I'm looking at it is, if I just do it, like, what would you rather do? Would you rather be tortured for a day or 2 years? Do you know?
I mean, like me, like, calories is a whole other thing that a lot of gamers don't. They'll sit in their gamer chair and suck down like 12 Mountain Dews or some shit. Or they'll eat their shit, their shitty soy slop. You know, people don't realize that when they're doing that stuff, you're literally poisoning your body. Like, you're putting in things that you really shouldn't be eating. And junk food days are fun.
Like, it's a mix of things. It's like, people know that eating a McDonald's every day of the week isn't gonna be good for you. But at the same time, it's like smoking. It's like, do you really care? You know, you're not gonna see the real effects until like later in life. Like, you can be fat at like 35 and still be in, I wouldn't say good health, but you're not going to be that bad. Whereas if you're fat in your like late 60s, you're fucked. Do you know what I mean? Like, being
yeah, bones giving out and shit.
Being like, you know, being like severely overweight at 19 ain't that bad. Being severely overweight wherever you're like 65 is a fucking death sentence. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be fucking real here, guys. You know? And look, the other big factors that we need to play in is, I believe, like, people have different hunger levels. Like, one of my friends is also on this bit of a diet with me, and I've always been, like, I'm one for eating 1 meal a day anyway. So, like, water fasting, I have got no issue with, because I've always done, like, pretty much eating 1 meal a day. Now, but mind you, my 1 meal a day is pretty fucking big before I started this, but I'm not moving. Do you know what I mean? So like, I have to, like, if I'm not actively doing something about it, I'm just going to get fatter. It's kind of like a baby. You know, baby's born, and what do? They just get fatter and fatter and fatter until they start to crawl and walk, and therefore then the fat just drops off them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like that. Yeah. I just don't really move that much. You know what I mean? So if
you're a giant baby,
if I'm not actively combating against it, I'm just getting fatter. Do you know what I mean? That's my problem. That's where I am. You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people like that. Another bit, like, you know, and there's so many small things you can do to combat weight. So, for instance, like, you're talking about Mountain Dew. Honestly, just don't even like give up completely on like fizzy drinks. Just go to like Coke Zero or something. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people say claim like Diet Cokes and stuff like that are like the devil, but my view on it is, if it helps you not drink actual Coke, it's a win, and eventually in time move off it altogether. But if drinking like a Coke Zero is going to stop you from drinking an actual one, then there you go. I think that's a win in my books. at least. You know what I mean?
Or just, just moderate your sins like I do. Like me, I fucking love soda, but I know that I can't drink as much as I want. So you just tell yourself, hey, I can have one of these. So you have one at like the evening time where you want to relax. Because the rest of the day I'm drinking water.
Even one a day, I honestly think fizzy drinks are one of the worst things. I think they are the biggest one for putting fat on, like by a big margin. I would argue that's probably the worst thing that people would drink every day. You know what I mean? And even then, I'm still drinking Red Bull, for instance. But again, to go back on that point of what's sustainable to me, I can drop down the calories, but I'm not giving up the caffeine. You know what I mean? I can function on less calories, but I'm not going to be able to function on less caffeine.
My stimulants!
Yeah, exactly. I need the stimulants, guys. And people be like, but James, you'd be making much better. I'm losing 5 pounds a week. Alright? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
See, for me, what it was, I just cut out sugar from coffee. And I usually have coffee, sugar, milk. Then I just have milk. And I still get that fucking coffee I need. Without all the added sugar.
And I think it's these simple sort of things that can make a huge difference in your overall health. Again, the other biggest one for me that I find works the best. Now, I don't know if they do this in the American Army, but this is where I first heard about it, was whenever I did the Army for Work experience, and they've got kind of like smaller plates, and you pretty much what they did was you can stack it up as much as you want, but you need to finish it before you go up for more type of mentality. And
as well as eating slowly, you use wolf down food.
Slowly is a big one, but I think, see, if you just buy a small plate, and only eat off this one small plate, it'll just help so much more, because it's creating that mind projection almost, where it's like if you stack out a tiny plate, it's still a small portion. Do you know what I mean? But your mind thinks it's way more, and I think this is a lot of things that you can do that'll help big time. And again, I would say I don't eat particularly, but I can eat a lot. I think I can eat a lot more than most people, I think it's there was a big whole meme a while back about eating a rotisserie chicken, and I was like, what do you mean it's a meme? I can do that. I wouldn't call it fake. I've eaten 2 rotisserie chickens back to back once. You know what I mean? I got no issue with that meat. I got that poverty gene. You know what I mean? I got that caveman shit going on. It's like, you don't know when... you don't know when it's coming out next. You gotta fucking get that into you. So I remember there was this whole meme about eating a rotisserie chicken. I'm like, no, that's not that. I've done that plenty of times. What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
That shouldn't be hard.
That doesn't look like that much. So again, and again, that's specific to you yourself. And another big thing is, whenever you do drop down heavily in calories, you need to remember that your stomach is always changing in size. What is it? It's every 2 months, isn't it? You've got a new stomach, more or less. So it's really hard at the start because your stomach is going to be big. But the longer you do this, it gets to a point where it's actually harder to eat more than what you're eating at the minute, because your stomach has adapted to that much food. Does that make any sense? And even if your stomach will stretch and shrink as it goes along. That's one of the things that will just make it so much easier. Is there anything else we want to talk about when it comes to fat loss in particular before we move on to weights? Is that...
Just watch what the fuck you eat, damn it. Just watch your calories. It's that easy, though. It really is that easy. People go, oh, no, it's your diabolic. No, just watch what the fuck you're eating. If you don't eat a lot, just don't eat a lot. Stop putting food in your fucking mouth.
The biggest bullshit one I've ever came across is body starvation mode. I fucking despise it.
Oh, yeah.
Are you telling me prisoners of war stop losing weight because they're not enough? Shut the fuck up. This is the most bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong. See if you're actually, straight up starving. Your body will try and hold on. You'll lose a lot of weight very quickly, and then after a few days, your body will really try and hold on to as much weight as it can. But over time, it can't hold on to it forever, but it will try to hold on to that. I think that's what people are trying to get at. But for the most part, it's a load of bullshit, if I be honest with you.
It's a cope, yeah. Oh, my body's in starvation mode.
Shut the fuck up. Now, don't get me wrong, that does happen. And the longer you go along with weight loss, the harder it does get. You are going to plateau. You're going to hit some weeks where you're losing fuck tons of weight, and then you'll hit like a week and a half and you're doing the exact same thing and you're just not losing a thing. And that's okay. You just need to keep going. You just got to trust the process almost. You know what I mean? And another big one that people like to always bang on about is it's carbs, it's pasta, it's this. I don't believe there's anything. I believe everything is. I think everything's fine in moderation. Like, if I be completely frank, like, I don't think anything should be off the table per se. I definitely think you should be prioritizing protein, but that's about it. Like, you know, what would you say, Garbu? Is there what do you think that's completely a never you should never eat? Yeah,
never eat.
And like, I like a lot of people would say bread, but I'm never giving up bread. I love bread. I'm sorry, I'm never going to give up bread. Like,
anything overly processed, honestly, like anything that's overly processed, like pizza, honestly, is fine because pizza is not processed. If you go to a regular pizza joint like Blaze and get a little pie for yourself, it's literally all fine. When you buy like some amalgamation pizza hot pocket or some shit and eat that, like, yeah, it might be only 500 calories, but it's full of. Just read your ingredient list. If you can't understand half the shit on that ingredient list, don't fucking eat it. Like processed frozen shit. Just fucking avoid it. Like me, I like doing caveman meals where I buy like a hunk of ham or like a hunk of chicken and like cheese and bread and olives. And I'll have that for dinner.
What the actual fuck is going with you?
Bro, like there are days where you go, you know what? I want a fucking barbarian meal. Fuck it. So I'll go to the fucking grocery store with the wife and we'll get like dates, olives, bread, cheese, meat. And like maybe some mustard and maybe an apple. You literally put all that shit onto a board and just eat that shit. Like it's just
you know,
food.
The only time I ever hear anyone talk about, so my stepdad eats dates, but he's fucking old. He's in his fucking 70s. And Roman historians, that's the only time I ever hear anyone talk about dates ever. Like, I don't know why, but I always think of them as like an ancient food source. You know,
I mean, they are. I mean, to be fair.
Dates, I'm just thinking like Mesopotamia. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. That's just what springs to mind whenever I think of, or like figs, for instance, or whatever. You know, all that sort of shit. Honestly, see, when it comes to fat loss, honestly, like, I'm going to assume, I am convinced most people have no idea about calories, if I be completely honest with you. And this is why, for me as well, I only eat the one meal a day, because it's easier for me to work out. It means I'm not fucking about, arsing about with it all the time. I don't want to make a diet feel like it's work. Do you know what I mean? I want it to feel like just something that you do you know? And therefore, if I just eat the one meal a day, which I'm more than accustomed to, I know that, okay, I've done this. And then the only other shit I need to track is, I add a cup of coffee and a Red Bull. Okay, there you go, job done. That's your calories for the day. Sweet. You know what I mean?
It's far easier to track like regular food than anything that's extremely processed. Or you're gonna like, while trying to lose weight, don't go out to eat. Unless you're going unless you go for like kimbap or some shit where you go, okay, rice, meat, vegetables. Okay, I know what this is. Don't go out and eat like Texas Roadhouse or don't go to a Chippy. Like, try and find some kind of like somewhat healthy food source. You don't have to go eat.
Alternatives, and also I do have a big thing for like sustainability. So like I would still like go out. Now don't get me wrong, I was fucking legion. I was picking up Aussie from school on Friday, and I was getting him a Happy Meal, and it's one of those ones. I don't have that type of self-control to drive through a McDonald's drive-through. Like, I just, like, you know, don't tempt me. You know what I mean? It's like the easiest way to not be tempted is to not have it in the house. Do you know what I mean? But like, if you got kids, it's not like you can't deny the child a Happy Meal. Simple as. You just can't. You know what I mean? So what did I do? Like, instead of getting a normal meal, just 2 chicken mayos. There you go, job done. You know what I mean? And my view is as well, like, you know, even if I go over, like, my aim is 1,500 calories, if not lower. But I'm not going to fucking be upset with myself if I go over close to maintenance or even above maintenance. I think I've only ever went over once though so far. But even then, it's not something worth getting upset over. And I feel like a lot of people hit that point where they do something, they get fed up, they have a drink at the weekend, they do X, Y, and Z, and they say, well, fuck, that's my progress left. That's it. Game over. I may as well just go back to normal. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like you need to be able to forgive yourself in times like this, because it is, for a lot of people that are like extremely, especially for people that are extremely overweight, like, you know, people that are like 350 pounds plus, they've been fat their entire lives. So they say that when a child suffers abuse under the age of 3, it cannot be undone. Like the damage that's done to the child before the age of 3, just it's ingrained in their nervous system. You can never fix that. And you could argue that that's probably the same thing for people that have been fat their entire lives. Do you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be something that you're gonna struggle with your entire life. And what matters most is doing something about it than just not. Because if you're not doing anything about it, it's never gonna improve. You're never gonna get anywhere with it. You're never gonna. You're just not. You have to actually make a choice and decide, right, this is the way I'm going to go from now on. And to me, that doesn't mean completely giving up absolutely everything. That, and also, let's be serious, people like fucking shit like fried chicken. You know what I mean? Like, fried chicken is fucking good. Like, if someone told me it's like, you have to give up fried chicken, mate, I'd be depressed for weeks. If I was
I can't go on, man, I can't do this shit.
That fried chicken was wiped from the universe, mate, I'd be dreaming about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, I actually would be. You know, it's like, that just doesn't seem like a good way to live, if I be honest with you. So again, it's one of those ones where I feel like you are going to be fighting with this your entire life. It is going to be something that's going to be hard, but you will get there as long as you're grinding your face against concrete. But as long as you continue to do it, you will get there. That, and also another big one you could argue is look at people that have been extremely hyper morbidly obese and have been able to lose all the weight. Let's look at someone like Neckbeardia Avocado. Is he better than you? Well, technically, if you are over, say, 250 pounds and that's fat, technically, I would argue Neckbeardia Avocado is actually better than you. So, you know, I think you need to prove to yourself that you are better. You know what I mean? Like, that's my view on it. Like, you know, are you going to let someone like that be better than you? You know, like, let's be straight up about it. Like, this is the way I think about things. Like, I put myself in, whenever I first was learning to drive, I felt like I was doing shit at it. It took me ages, and I kept failing the theory test. I did pass my driving test first time, but my mate Chris, he passed way before me, so he did. But also he had more money, you know what I mean? Which helps an awful lot when it comes to learning to drive. I don't know what it's like in America, but like, you know, it costs a fucking fortune to learn to drive, and it's even more expensive now. It's insane, the prices now to get a car and whatnot.
Not here, no. It's actually just quite cheaper.
At the minute, I think it's over £50 a lesson, so it is, which is about $70 a lesson, and you need to do.
Here, you just get into a car where someone knows how to drive and they teach you.
That's insane.
That's what it is. A learner's permit, like, okay, here's how it works, and you show them around. Like right now, my stepdaughter has her learner's permit, and I'm like, okay, so we went through a big like a little quick how to do, and I went, okay, now get in the driver's seat. You're going along backcountry roads and shit.
Yeah, I suppose you do that, like, you know, but when it comes, like, you have to do like official, like, with over here anyway. Either way, it's mad money. But anyway, so my mate Chris, he passed his driving test, and I'm thinking, it's like, mate, if he can do this, I can do this. There's no way. Like, I know what Chris is like. I know his skills. I know his abilities. I'm good friends with him. I've been good friends with him for over 10 years. Mate, if he can do this, I can do this. I just need to put my mind to it. I just need to fucking put my mind to it, and I'll just get it done. And that's the way I think you gotta feel like on a lot of issues. You know, you just gotta say to yourself, how much do you truly want something? And that's your answer. You know, that's really what it comes down to for me. I don't know where else to go when it comes to fat loss, because fat loss is, again, it's completely how you can, what's sustainable to you yourself. I saw people say like, keto diet, that's not very sustainable. Mate, I reckon I could do a keto diet and do sweat. I fucking love meat. Like, I think I could.
I like bread. I do it. I love bread.
Bread.
No.
I think bread would be the only thing I would struggle with. Yeah.
Bread and butter.
That would be the only thing that I would genuinely struggle with on a carnivore diet. But bar that, I could do that, no issue. You know, for the most part, I reckon I could do like a 90% meat diet and be relatively happy. Do you know what I mean? That's why I would put it down.
Well, I walked into a game store looking for some fun, but the deck I found nearly made me turn and run. Cards full of chaos, mayhem, and dismay, singing, hey, diddle, diddle, your game's going astray. It's a deck of many triggers, oh, it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. From gore to quirks to curses, it'll shake up your campaign. The deck of many triggers gonna drive you insane. hard and suddenly I quadrupled in size. Now I'm huffing and I'm puffing, can barely open my eyes. My armor's busted open, my sword feels like a toothpick. This ain't nobody positive, it's just plain old mean trick. It's a deck of mini triggers, oh it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. Next thing you know, blood's just a memory. Health bars floating overhead like some video game theory. Can't bleed till you're indoors, then it's a horror show. Organs spilling, flesh appealing, that's how the game will go. Then suddenly facts don't matter anymore. Change your stats to fit your views, leave the GM sore. Shout fake news at every turn, feelings are what count. Check your privilege, bucko, as the tensions start to mount. It's a deck of many triggers, oh it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. Oh, now I can't touch no one, kept 6 feet away. Can't shake, can't high five on this cursed game day. And don't get me started on giving away all my loot, leaving me with empty pockets, no chance for pursuit. Some effects are so spicy they might clear out the room, talking about identity, privilege, and doom. But we're here to roll some dice and slay a dragon or two, not argue about real life, that ain't what we came to do. This deck's got more triggers than a gun show in Texas, stirring up more trouble than a tornado in Kansas. From PC culture to gore galore, it's one wild ride. Better buckle up, partners, and take it all in stride. So next time you're gaming and things seem too tame, just draw from this deck and watch your friends go insane. But remember, partner, when you're feeling triggered and sore, it's just a game after all, don't take it too serious, y'all. Next time you're gaming and things seem too tame, just draw from this deck and watch your friends go insane. But remember, partner, when you're feeling triggered and sore, it's just a game after all, don't take it too serious, y'all.
So let's go on to actual weights and going to the gym and stuff like that. Now this is one of the hardest ones because, again, we're talking, I want this to be directed more towards people that maybe have never been to a gym before, maybe never lifted weights before. This, like, again, this is all the stuff, like, you know, if you actively at the gym, you know this stuff. This is like really fucking basic, like, you know, learner shit. Do you know what I mean? Again, I've got a very different experience than a lot of people. So I go to the gym at 9 a.m, you know, and whenever I go to the gym, it's literally everyone that's there is people that have just left the kids to school. So it's all like older people. And I know a few people that have went for years, like maybe he ended up getting the whole home gym set up because he just hated like modern gym culture. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like,
the fucking bitches in the mirrors fucking taking videos of themselves. Yeah, it gets old.
Like, and I don't blame anyone for being, fuck this. This is actually ridiculous. It's so gay. It's so fucking homo.
Can you go be a vapid whore somewhere else? Thanks.
So don't be wrong. Like, you know, I feel like some people maybe, and especially if you don't feel confident in yourself, like, you know, that's okay. I think maybe just pick up a few dumbbells for the house and just practice at home, you know. And if you are using them, if you're still doing it a month later, then look into getting a gym membership. Another thing, see if you're just starting out, you've never lifted weights before. There's nothing wrong with using machines. A lot of people.
Yeah, take your goofy new boy ass to a machine and learn how the movements. Like, it's basically like learning any other kind of dance. Yeah. Learn the movements. Go over there, learn what the movements are like, learn what, like, figure out how it feels when you do it. Because for people who are new, isolation is safe. You can't really hurt yourself in isolation machines.
It's very hard to hurt yourself in isolation machines, especially whenever you're new. And put it like this, no matter what you're doing, because you are new, it's going to kick the bag out of you, regardless. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to have to push yourself very hard to be fucking sore.
You're going to be sore in brand new, exciting places. Like, what are these muscles? Yeah. You enjoy that. That's going to be your thing for the next fucking 4 weeks. Is you're like, I can't understand why this hurts. Like, yeah, you'll get
again,
it.
Like, you know, like, you'll love the pain. Like, you know what? You actually get to the point where you actually love the pain a bit. Honestly, it's because it makes you feel like, I've really achieved something today. You know, I've really pushed myself. But look, this is the shit that people get hung up on. I feel like the most is, how many reps should I be doing? How many sets should I be doing? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? My view is, if you're just starting out, just do machines. Maybe if you even spend a week just doing machines before you even touch a dumbbell, that's completely fine. I feel like get yourself used to the movements. Even just get an understanding of what you can physically pick up is a great, because like, let's be serious, you may be able to go over to that and be like, I'm gonna lift the 20 kg dumbbells. What's 20 kg? Sorry, in American. 20 kg in pounds. 44
pounds. So probably. So 45 pounders.
So if you're gonna go ahead, I'm telling you right now, you might think to yourself, I can do that. Yeah, no, that's like, you pick it up, it's like, you feel it's like, that's fine. I'm telling you, you can't fucking do it, and there's nothing wrong with going. My argument would be go lighter, go lighter if you don't know what you're doing, because I think your technique is far more important than swinging about like a dickhead. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, swing back.
Yeah, you'll hurt yourself doing workouts improperly with the wrong weight. You got to learn your weight first. What kind of weight do I need to do this workout properly?
And this is one of the other biggest ones. I feel like a lot of the people that are doing, like, so say you want to learn anything about the gym, you want to do any of that sort of stuff, the people that are making these sort of videos online, they've been like going to the gym for like 10 plus years. These people, I honestly don't believe these are the people that are worth learning from, especially for people that just starting out, because what applies to these people does not apply to you. Do you know what I mean? You'll see a lot of bodybuilders and stuff talk about like digestion issues and like diet and stuff. It's like, what the fuck do you mean having a hard time digesting stuff? That's a side effect of steroids, guys. Okay, you know what I mean? Like that, like,
yeah. There is the natty argument that people will want to get into. You don't need to fucking hit juice or to get big. Just focus on looking normal, like a normal human being, without having to like subsidize your muscle growth with fucking anabolic steroids or some bullshit.
I think, like, look, see, when it comes to like the whole steroid argument, I think it's completely up to you yourself if you want to do it. I do think you're a retard if you decide to do it before the age of 25, and also you haven't been going to the gym very actively for the past like at least 70 years. I think you're a fucking retard, if I be completely frank. I don't think it's a bad idea, like, if you've been going to the gym like pretty much flat out and you're hitting the age of like say 45, 50. I don't think it's probably the worst idea in the world, but even then, I think that's completely personal choice. You know, I really, I think that's completely up to you. You know what I mean? On what you want to achieve. There is major downsides to steroids, and you always hear the argument of, what are you talking about? I can go to the gym for 1 month and achieve what I could do in 2 years. It's like, well, yeah, that's true, but you do know, like, the
you're gonna blow your body out.
Look, I've never taken steroids. I don't know if Garbu's ever taken steroids, so maybe it's not for us to be able to tell you the ins and outs, because I think you're better off talking to someone or listening from someone who has actually done it.
I like my balls being a natural size, thank you.
Look, so it's completely up to you. That's completely up to you. But I do think anyone who just like shows up and does one day at the gym and be like, yeah, I'm going to start blasting steroids, it's like, wait, come on, at least fucking see if you're blasting steroids and you've never even fucking like touched a barbell, sort your fucking life out.
Well, there are guys who just fucking go full head on steroids and like never touch a fucking barbell.
Like, it's up to you. It's completely like my view is your body, your choice. You know what I mean? But I would say that about any form of drugs. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you choose to do, that's like, you gotta live with it. You know what I mean? Not me. So, you know, that's your choice. So where were we? Like, sets and volume. So I think for learners, if you're straight up brand new, now this, I think you should play this completely by instinct alone, and you'll learn over time what works best for you. I think to start doing 10 reps of 5 sets, so you're doing 50 reps in total. I think that's pretty much ideal for someone just starting out, for the reason
saying I do 10-5 all the time.
Really well, mostly because you get more than enough volume. I think 10's a nice sweet spot. I think you want to be doing, as long as you're going over 5, that's okay. But I think 10's really nice. 10, and you really want your body to feel like you really want to feel like your body's giving out on the 10th rep. Like, you want to be really fucking struggling that 10th rep. Yeah, you want to feel like, am I going to fucking die? You know what I mean?
if you're not struggling, you're not. That's the one thing people don't understand. If you're not struggling to finish your last set, you're not doing it right. You need more weight.
But again, a lot of people love going up weights very, very quickly, and therefore it's like, mate, if you can only do three reps, you're really better off just moving that weight back down again. This is something that is completely on the person, and this is something that you just have to learn yourself on where you are at, what you're capable of doing, what all you can do. This is something that no one can actually tell you the definitive answer to. It's just something you gotta learn yourself. You know what I mean? And what I've been starting to do is when it comes to like lateral raises, I've started going up to 15. I never used to do 15 at all. It always used to be either 5 reps or 10 reps, and that was it. You know what I mean? I
do 5x5.
Well, so I'm thinking about doing that for deadlifts next week, Slam. That's what I like deadlifts. See deadlifts with that bar. Honestly, it feels pretty good. You know, although I fucked myself up big time. I'm not even joking. My mid traps were in fucking tatters for 7 days. I started at 60 kg and I moved up each set, and I did 7 sets to failure, and it fucked me. Like, it really did fuck me hard. You know what I mean? But
see, I like the landmine bar more than a deadlift bar now.
Landmine bar.
The landmine, you take a regular barbell, you put it in a little slot in the ground, and it pivots off that plate.
Yes.
It's my fucking favorite now. Like lumberjack squats, and like use that bar you can do all kinds of fun shit with.
Them set up beside a power rack so they do in my gym. I haven't actually used it at all. I might try it out for rows next time. You know what? I think I'll.
You use it for rows, for bicep presses, for chest presses. You can do it's actually quite a neat little exercise because it requires your core to engage the entire time.
Try that out, actually. I think I'll do that. I think I've got rows up. No, actually, no, it's leg day next. So this is another big bullshit one that people get. This is one that people get so fucking hung up on. See, whenever you're first starting out, I would say just do full body. You know, genuinely, I would just say just do full body and just do what you find fun. Like, if you really enjoy doing a certain exercise, just do that exercise, and that is fine. I feel like this is the most important thing, is just learning how everything works. Just honestly,
have fun.
That is, and it doesn't matter, because if you're just starting out, you're going to get mad gains regardless. You know what I mean? What matters is showing up. I swear to God, you walk into the gym, you sniff a fucking dumbbell, you put on 5 pounds. You put on 5 pounds of fucking pure muscle just by sniffing that shit.
Testosterone boost, bro.
You know, and that's the fucking fact, man. Like, that's just how it is. And again, this is what it comes down to for me. I feel like, and this is why I want to do this video, I feel like, especially when it comes to nerd hobbies, there's too many weak fucking
too many fat bitches. Just say it. Too many fat bitches.
It's one thing being fat, like, you know, being like a powerlifter. It's just being fucking effeminate and being fucking weak. Yeah, just
weak. Just being weak.
You know what I mean?
You're gonna role play as a fucking barbarian, but you can't lift fucking 30 pounds on a fucking straight bar. Fuck off, dude.
Yeah, essentially, that's my view on the matter. And I feel like the amount that you will get out of just getting by going to the gym, by all kinds, see if you suffer from any form of depression, say you don't feel good, I'm telling you right now, see if you get your body into a better shape, you will just feel better. You will, and everything.
Stop feeling bad. Go lift weight.
Your mind, it will just make you feel better. I'm not even joking.
Make voice inside head quieter.
If you're in a bad place in life, I'm not even joking. I know it sounds like such a bullshit thing to say, and I know it's been done to death to me, but it will help you. And I think the only people that say, you haven't done it, just do it. Trust me, just do it. It will just make your life better in almost every way. And let's be serious. Are you telling me someday you don't want to look like a Frank Frazetta painting? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, let's just fucking...
Or just not be fat.
Like, come on.
Like, don't you guys want to wear, like, not XXL fucking shirts and wear something nice and, like, actually look like you can actually do... Like, if you want more girls in the hobby, stop looking like fucking pieces of shit. Like, attract hotter girls by looking hot yourself. Easy as. It's done.
I think that's
Simple.
the biggest thing. I feel like that is part of... I feel like it's a little thing. One thing that I've really noticed, and I think me and Megan were talking about this in a video on Gumgoat, one thing that I think is guaranteed, see anyone that has I think this is, see anyone that has like autism or whatever, or like any form of like learning difficulties, one of the easiest ways to actually point that out is personal hygiene. And I don't know exactly what it is or why, but you just see like, why do people just like lack personal hygiene if they have learning difficulties?
Well, because they can't reach certain places. They've actually done.
It's just actually just being like, see if you like even like just like dyslexia or you know what I mean, autism or you know.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Because they don't care, I guess. Well, this dyslexia, that's not really a thing. But like, if you're autistic, you don't give a shit if you smell like shit and your butt crack's full of fucking man mud. Like they don't care.
Right now, see if you just like wash yourself, like proper scrub yourself, get a good bit of. This will improve the quality of your life tenfold by just smelling good. If you don't smell like ass, like it's not even just smelling good. If you smell like ass, people are going to treat you poorly in life, and I can guarantee you that. Right? I'll be straight up with you. If I sit beside someone and they stink, I'm not going to be. I don't want to hang about with them. I don't want to be friends with them.
You smell like shit. You
smell like fucking asshole, man. I'm sorry. That isn't. You know what? That's it's on par with like you know the whole non-binary bullshit where it's like you have to fucking play along with my pretend fantasy of me being a woman or whatever. I shouldn't have to pretend that you smell decent if you smell like fucking ass. All right, I'm putting that out there right now, guys.
You're ruining my day by smelling like shit.
So we need to hurry up. We don't have much time left. Let's go into, you know, what's the nitty gritty, Garbo? Is there anything else worth talking about? Is there anything else we need to really hammer home about? I would love to maybe...
You have to force yourself to go. No one's going to make you go. You have to respect yourself enough to want to see change in yourself and be a better person. And the thing is, if you lack the self-discipline to go to the gym, then you're going to fail. And you're never going to look good. You're always going to feel like shit. You're never going to see the person that's underneath all the fucking bullshit you packed onto your body.
See for man. I'm telling you right now. See if you're like a 3 on the scale. See if you just sort out your body and your smell. You can probably push yourself up to a 6 easy. And then if you can sort out your money situation out, you can easily be an 8. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be serious. For women don't have that luxury. Men do. Like, see if you just sort out your fucking, see your smelly ass, your fucking, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things you can do to make yourself more presentable. Do you know what I mean? To society as a whole. And I'm telling you right now, see if you've got like a decent body and you got like, people will just treat you better. Like, they just will. Like, it sounds like such a horrible thing to say. It's like, no, everyone should be treated this way and that way. I'm telling you right now, see if you got fucking muscles and you look fucking gigantic, people are going to treat you better. They just will, you know? It's maybe it's just caveman instinct, but like, you know, it's true. What would you say, Garbu? Do you think there's any truth to that?
The only truth I really hold to is that what fucking Socrates said, you know? Like, basically his quote is, it's a disgrace to grow old and never know what your highest limit of your body could be. I think the actual quote is, it is a disgrace to grow old through carelessness before seeing the man you may become by developing your strength and beauty to their highest limit. You know, like that's not fucking Socrates. Like, remember, they're old as shit. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get ripped. And even these fucking goobers could do it.
Look, all I'm saying is, if Neckbeardia Avocado can lose, what was he? Was he like 500 pounds or something? Did he not lose like fucking over 250 pounds over the course?
Well, he lost literally all that shit.
So like, look, all I'm saying is, if he can do this, is he better than you? Like, that, straight up, is he better than you? Now, don't get me wrong, did he probably have some assistance? As far as I'm aware, when it comes to weight loss, you've got 3 up. Well, you've got 4. The only ones that work, as far as I'm aware, is gastric bands. By all kinds, they do work, but apparently a lot of people just bounce straight back up because, again, they're not addressing the fundamental.
They expand the band.
Essentially, like, you know, they're not permanent by any means. Gastric bands, they don't last for any length of time. So most people that have lost like a ton of weight with them tend to just gain it back. Again, I think obesity's, I understand why people say it's a mental disorder, like not a mental disorder, it's a disease because it is like a mental disorder almost. You have to rewire your brain, essentially, and that's a massive thing. Things like Ozempic and semaglutide, by all kinds, they do seem to work. From my understanding is they're kind of like steroids but for losing weight, where they work on hormones, and it pretty much makes you feel full all the time, from my understanding. And again, apparently they do work very, very well. But again, they are still very, very new, so I don't know any like long-term effects of that sort of stuff, or do people bounce back up? It's all that sort of stuff. I don't honestly know. And then what other ways are there? This is the thing. What is fat? Fat is stored energy. The only way to get rid of that, the other way to actually is get it sucked out, liposuction. So there you go. I mean, you got 3 options, or you just have to use your energy. Fat is stored energy. The only way to get rid of stored energy is to actively use it. And the easiest way to use it is by a bit of cardio, going to the gym, lifting some weights, and putting less food in. And that's all you gotta do. I am doing extreme ends of the spectrum sort of stuff personally for me, and a lot of people will be like, James, that is not sustainable. And as I've said, it's your choice of poison. Do you know what I mean? I don't believe humans are meant to be able to diet. What do you think, Garb? I think the ability to put on fat is what
we weren't meant to be fucking. We weren't meant to sit still for as long as we do. I mean, shit, we're fucking predators. Supposed to be moving around and doing stuff.
What I'm trying to say is. I believe that humans were never meant to be able to diet. I believe, as you say, we're always meant to be moving about. We're supposed to be going about fucking berry picking as fuck, chasing down fucking wildcats, all that type of mad shit. Do you know what I mean? The idea, and and biologically speaking, fat, your body thinks fat is the best thing ever. The biggest killer of humans ever has always been not enough food. And the biggest killer in the past, maybe 30 years, maybe? I would say only maybe since the 80s worldwide has been too much food, which is kind of funny, when you think about it. So we're at a...
Well, it's too much food, too much processed food, too much sugary food, too much pleasure.
Food.
To me, there's
lovely food being delivered straight to your fucking door. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? People always go on about the 70s, isn't they didn't have this, they didn't have that. I think they didn't have fucking DoorDash back then. They didn't have fucking Uber Eats. You know what I mean? I think that's that to me is the biggest one anyway.
See, to me, there's two kinds of food. There's feeding food and pleasure food. And that's literally the two things. There's food that'll feed you and food you eat just to enjoy. You don't need fucking ice cream, but damn it, sure does fucking taste good. A human being could live off potatoes, butter, bread, and turkey for us to fucking lot and be healthy.
Is that fun?
That's food that feeds you.
Is that fun though? You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest problem. It's food is they purposely design food to be as palatable, as nice, and as easy to get into it as humanly possible. We are dealing with unfettered, absolute horrors beyond our imagination. Is there any wonder why there's people walking about that are 500 pounds in this day and age? It's almost hard not to be for a lot of people, and this is where I think it will help you. And this is where I really wanted to do this video, because again, we are at a strange point in Western masculinity where all forms of masculinity sadly it is. You have people like fucking Nick Fuentes saying, don't bother going to the gym. What the fuck? I'm not going to bother talking too much about Nick Fuentes, but oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we learned some things about, let's say it was his destiny to do a few things, eh?
Look, I'm just going to throw up on screen here, Destiny topless speech. Do you want to look like this? Why the fuck's it all porn? Why the fuck is it all porn?
No.
Do you want to look like this? Because this is what you're going to look like. Look at that hip to shoulder ratio. That to me is fucking repulsive, if I'm being honest with you.
I honestly thought this was Photoshop, but I realized it wasn't. Because his shadow matches.
Actually repulsive, if I'm being completely honest with you. This is not...
Hey bro, I'm Hobbit maxing.
Mate, I'm telling you right now, I don't think there's anything more disgusting to me than skinny fat. Because skinny fat is, to me, just a complete and utter lack of any form of muscle mass in the slightest.
There's no conviction in skinny fat. You're not fat, you're not skinny.
Fat to me is womanly fat. Do you know what I mean? So say if you see a woman that's got weight, they carry weight. Men and women carry weight so differently. See, if I see a man with fat legs, I'm sorry, but that absolutely repulses me. You know what I mean? Women have fat legs, men don't. Men have fucking fat stomachs. Do you know what I mean? For men, it's bulk of the fat just goes straight to the stomach. Can men have fat legs? Yes. But it takes a lot of fucking work. It takes a lot of fucking fat before it starts going on the legs. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with women, it's more all over the show when it comes to fat. It's fucking, this is what we're dealing with. This person calls you toxic masculinity. Is this what you want? This is your choice. Do you want to be this? Or do you want to be fucking Frank Frazetta fucking painting? What's your choice? This is where you're going to be. And I feel like you have to make that choice. And don't get me wrong, I've been fat and I've been very skinny. I have been very, like, my best weight I ever was, whenever me and Megan first started going out, I was 12 stone. So what's that? 12 stone in pounds. So I was 168 pounds and I had 10% body fat. I was pretty big at that time, and I was I got my bench press up to 100 kg. So I did. So what's that in? What's 100 kg in pounds? Let me see. I think it's 220. Yeah, so 220. So I was bench pressing a lot more than my actual. I was pretty big at that point. That was probably the biggest I've ever been, you know? And like, you know, it was one of those ones where I had so much going on in my life. Like, you know, I was still going, I was in uni at the time, I was in community college, I was working part-time, me and Megan started going out. You know, going to the gym just fell out, so it did, and ever since then, I just got fatter and fatter. Now, I'm quite lucky, I still held on to a lot of the muscle mass, for the most part, but still, like, you know, where would I be if I had just kept going? I think I could have been a fucking monster, you know what I mean, if I had kept going, but I didn't, and therefore, I have to start all over again. Do you know what I mean? And, like, it's one of those ones, you gotta make your choices in this life, and it's one thing being like, oh, well, you know what, this would be really nice, it would be really nice if I could be like this. I think you don't have to be a monster, you just don't want to be this. You know, because again, like, you know, they always talk about that, like, you know, what's the ideal male body? And, like, you know, one of the ultimate examples is Brad Pitt, Fight Club. Yeah, like, a lot of girls be like, that's probably the best body for men. And you know what? That is so fucking easily achievable. It's not even funny. All you need, like, I'm pretty sure most guys watching this probably have that body. You've just got too much fat on top, and that's all you gotta do. You just gotta bring your fat down, and you will have that body. You know, I refuse to believe that. I would say easily. How many would you say, Garbro? Adult men in this day and age have that body. They've just got too much fat on it. I would say about
most of them.
A minimum,
I mean, shit.
40% of men.
Like the way you get that body is just low body
like,
fat.
That's
how you get that body.
There's fuck all.
More or less.
Not much muscle there at all. But I'm telling you right now, girls be fucking creaming over that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be serious. You like that creaming? Is that not?
Why you like this?
Right, where do you want to go, Garbo? Is there anything else you want to bring up? Is there anything else we want to talk about? Is there any? You know what, guys? If you have any questions about any of this sort of stuff, I would love you to leave them down below, and I'll try and help you. Now, am I a fitness guru? No, I'm fucking not. I can only tell you what has worked for me personally. What do you like, Garbo? Have you had any like major body transformations over your life?
Yeah, like when I started working out, like when I started going working out for real, I got bigger. Like I used to be a fucking pretty thin dude, and I was like, you know what, workout seems like fun, and I got this giant fucking strong arm belly and shit. Like it's one of those things where you're like, a while back. I was doing Highland Games, yeah. I was throwing around stones and cavers and shit, but the thing is that when you start working out, start actually going in and doing things with your fucking body. You were born a predator, and you're acting like a goddamn like fucking like
this
fucking.
This is not a predator.
I don't know, hippopotamus.
This is not a predator.
Yeah.
This is
like just do the basic things your body requires, and if you guys want to look even remotely attractive to whatever fucking gender you're hoping to fucking put your mouth on, you gotta look not like a piece of shit. Like, for the love of God, if like I long for emotional touch, then make yourself touchable. Like,
and the thing is, it's very much achievable, I believe, for almost, depending on where you're starting from, it's just going to take you slightly longer, but I believe if you manage to stick to something for 1 year, you're going to be a completely different person by the end of that year. Like, completely.
Like, just do the bare minimum, dude. Go for a walk every day for 2 miles. No matter how long it takes, just go fucking walk and get those goddamn blood clots out of your
even. Right, here, I'll show you guys what I got. So let me go on. Your orders. Let me just open it up here, Garbu, to show you guys. So yeah, I got myself one of these. So I did. It's still in the post, but like £130.
Yeah.
You know, it was £20, so it was 150. But like, see if you get yourself one of these. and you know, you can set this up in your living room, set it up in your bedroom, whatever, through whatever you want on the TV. All you gotta do is do that for like an hour a day. You know what I mean? Do that for 1 hour a day, and you're gonna
minimum.
You're gonna look like a different person in 1 year. And like, you know, the thing is, you can do anything you want while you're on this, because it's such like you just fold it up, you put it against your wall. If you spend 1 hour a day, and you can be any anime shows to suggest?
Well, I know a lot of guys. They'll fucking clip sprues while doing that shit.
There you go. You know what I mean? Looking at getting one of these and maybe a standing desk or whatever. You know, I think like genuinely, you're not going to regret doing this. I think once you start doing it and once you start seeing results, it's going to become hyper addictive, and you can't wait to see where you're going to be like in a month's time. What I might do is I might actually share with you guys my progress pictures so far. I'm you know what, I don't know if it's a good idea because I am in my underwear in my living room, so like, you know what, if it helps someone, fuck it, I'll just do it anyway, because if it helps someone, then it's worth it. That's my view on the matter. Do you know what I mean? I will also share my... So, I'm sitting down to edit this video at the minute, and I'm thinking, I'm probably not going to post a picture of me in my underwear. I might do that whenever I fully get down to where I want to be, but instead I'll show you another photos that I have. So this first photo that I'm putting up on screen that you see right here, this is me back in late June, early July, and I think I weighed around 18 stone there. Let me Google that. How much is 18 stone? So that's about 250, so it is. And then in the second photo, so that was back in June. Now this other photo that I have, now this one is about maybe 3 weeks ago now or so. It's from late... No, actually, it's further than that. That's actually from late October. So, and I'm wearing the same jacket and jeans. It's one of those like random ones that I came across, and I was like, oh, here. So yeah, I'm wearing the same jacket and jeans in these photos, and I think there's a massive difference. And I've lost a lot more weight since then. I think from that photo, I think I've lost about another stone or so. So like, you know, about a bit more over 10 pounds. So, you know, making solid progress, you know. Personal, like what I'm using as like a workout plan of sorts, and hopefully again, like, you know, none of this is written in stone. Everything that we've said here, I believe, is completely, it's up to you as a person on what works for you. That is
well, that, and if you want to know how to do certain workouts, just go on
honestly,
YouTube.
Like here, look, I'll get it up here for you. Like, let me open it up for you, and I'll show you because I've got it set up in a way that it's even got like, so whenever I'm leading, because that's the problem I've always had, I don't know what the fuck half the exercises are called. People come up with like, oh, here's a fucking kettlebell fucking power fust.
What the fuck's a skull crusher? What the fuck is that?
So, like, I've got it set up here, guys. So like, you know, like, so say you want a lateral raise. Everyone knows what a fucking lateral raise, but there you go. Look, just click that. There you go. There you go.
No swinging. Come up under control to just above parallel.
And anyone can do that. Literally anyone can do that.
And again, a lot of this stuff, like a lot of weight.
Front raises, lateral. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're a guy and you want to have bigger arms, just work your delts out, dude. Do front raises, do lateral raises.
Well, can we finish? Like, do you have enough time, or do you want to do the tier list of muscle grips? No.
I think we'll do that next time.
First up, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. We'll do that another time. I want to do this maybe once a month or so, and I would love it if maybe one or two guys would, even if there's only a handful of people that are interested in any of this sort of stuff, I would love to maybe make this as like once a month or once every couple months, like every like now and again, maybe do a checkup. You know, maybe this is something I would go, you know what, I really want someone to get something from all this sort of stuff. I really hope that someone, you know what I mean, even just something.
To your fellow gamers going, please go lift a weight.
Do you want to look at Destiny? Do you want to be a fucking freak? Or do you want to be fucking unironic Conan the Barbarian? Do you know what I mean? Or do you want to...
Here, I'll show you my arms. I've been working on for a while now. Just gotta scroll down. So I try to avoid taking a lot of arm pictures looking like a fucking dork, you know? Here we go. So here's like, so here's what I look like, and this is like from doing desk workouts, like going to my desk and doing fucking lifts and shit.
There you go. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And again, all you need to do is like, say if you're on the PC all day, just fucking get like a couple dumbbells. You only need like 2-3 weights.
And put them next to your chair is what I do. Put them next to your chair and use them.
You know what I'm telling you? That's how I used to get my painting done all the time. What I would do is, if I had a model that I wanted to get painted, I would just leave it on the desk, and I'd leave the paints that I knew I was using, and eventually I would just pick it up and start doing stuff with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's all you gotta do. And I'm telling you, like, you know, you will get there. You will get there. It's not gonna be...
Pick up the heavy thing, then put it down, then pick it up again, then put it down again, and continue until you're big. It's literally the most simplest of biomechanics you can do. Grab heavy thing, lift it, put it down. Congrats. Do it again. Like this. That's the entire process.
See, when it comes to all this fucking, like, when it comes to, like, a lot of, like, left-leaning ideals and all this sort of stuff, like, see all this fucking, like, armed fucking wheelchairs and what like, safety fucking pills and stuff. I'm sorry, man, but you're a fucking predator. Stop behaving like a fucking, like, prey. And I know that sounds really fucking homoerotic and it sounds really, like, alpha male bullshit.
You're a predator. Go to hunt the vegetarians.
It sounds like, you know, something like a fucking middle-aged man would post about, some fucking, like...
that Andrew Tate would say.
It does sound like that, and it does sound really gay, but it doesn't mean that it's not fucking true to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, it'll change your fucking life, and it will make you as a happier person overall, and... If
right now you're a human being, if right now you're a male, right, a male human, and you're not doing any kind of workout, it's like, that's like buying a semi truck and driving it to school every day, and that's it. You have the equipment, but you're not using it right.
Pretty much. Look, I think we're going to have to love yous and leave yous. Me and Megan are going to see one of Ozzy's skills at an open day, and Garbo has how many more? You've got like 2 more videos that you need to bang out today.
Yeah, I got to record 2 videos for Starbound.
So we've got more than enough stuff on our plates. I sincerely hope that by us even just talking about
genuinely hope, yeah.
Even if like 1 or 2 guys watch this and
no cap, for real on dog, we hope.
Just decide, you know what, I'm going to pick up like, you know, a couple like dumbbells. Yeah,
a 10-pound weight. Yeah,
like, it doesn't matter what weight it is, because if you can just do more.
These things are everywhere used.
Like, there's a lot you can do. I really hope someone gets something out of this. And with that, I feel like, you know what it's like. It's like setting a ship off to sail. All you need is that one little push. And then once you're doing it, it's easy. But it's getting that push. It's getting onto the sea. It's hard to get onto it's hard to go from dry land to sea. But once you're on it, and you're gonna have no issue. And I believe in you. Okay, I believe in your abilities. I really hope everything works out for you. You know, and I hope you don't turn into an unironic beta soy boy gimpazoid, because yeah, like Destiny. You don't want to be like. Anyway, look, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's completely off topic, but I don't really care. I wanted to do it, and that's kind of what we hear, isn't it, Garbo? I think I saw.
Well, everyone says be the change. Okay, we are. Okay, here's how it works. I'm tired of seeing fat gamers get change.
I'm just going to refer back to you. A lot of the problems in the hobby could be solved if the majority of the guys in the tabletop RPG sphere were not seemingly allergic to barbells. And that's where I want to love yous and leave yous. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.